What's up, traders? How you guys doing, man? Interesting week ahead, man. See what's going on. 1 second here. We about to get started. Let's move this somewhere else. All right. Perfecto. Yeah, guys, what's going on, man? How's everyone doing? So, we have an very interesting week ahead, guys. What we're gonna be doing first, we're gonna analyze the charts. Of course, we're going to make sure we get some time in as well. Just watching the news, listening to what could happen, and then see where we could go from there, guys. I mean, we are definitely living in a different time, and all we could do is just adjust and do our best, and prayers goes out to everyone affected in this situation. But as traders, we know that there's a lot of opportunity ahead as well that we could take advantage of. So regardless, we have to do what we need to do and take advantage of everything that will be happening. So it's definitely going to require some focus. Like if you haven't been locked in on trading, I feel like right now is the time to do so. So yeah, let's get right into it, guys. But I do want to hear you guys' opinions too. Like, what do you guys think is going to potentially happen? Like, what do you guys think? How you the guys think this war is going to affect the market? So we're going to go over it and see what's going on. All right, let's lock in. All right, let's see. So first thing first, right here, we're going to go right over to Trading View. Going to connect here. All right, we're going to reset chart. Here's what we're gonna do right now. All right, we're going to clear our chart fully, remove everything we did last week, and start this week with a fresh mindset. We're gonna analyze gold and we're gonna analyze NAS 100. But yes, tell me, what do you guys think is gonna happen, man? Like, what do you guys think this war, how it could affect the market? You think we're gonna have major crazy moves? Do you think NAS is going to go up or is it going to drop? So all of that goes into details. We had a beautiful entry last week on NAS right here where it says sell entry. This was a beautiful setup, a beautiful move. So we're going to be able to get re-entry opportunities as well coming up soon. But just clearly looking at this, NAS is going to dump, guys. We're going down here for a take profit. I highly recommend being ready for this move in the next 4 hours, I would say, depending on how long ago this 4 hour open. All right. So let's go ahead and analyze our chart first. So that's the first thing we are going to do. All right. Once we analyze our chart, we're going to have our own bias. Now, keep in mind, when we analyze our charts, that's just setting up to give us a potential bias that could potentially happen. It could always change throughout the week. You guys seen that last week when we traded gold. We were looking for sells at first, and then market fully reversed for a buy. So yeah, let's go into it and see what we got, and then from there we'll see what our setup is for tonight. And by the way, guys, since I've changed my schedule to trade more, take my entries more around this time and change the live trading session times, my results definitely have improved for sure. So I know for a fact that as we continue this and as we grow, it's only going to get better because the first thing is preparation, meaning you understand exactly what you need to do and how you're going to approach the task at hand. All right, and then from there, once we are prepared, then we could take our move. So we don't have too much time. Let's go ahead and analyze our chart real quick, and then we're going to review some news, different things, and see exactly how this potential war can affect the market. So let me guys, feel free to send your opinions in the chat, guys. Feel free to send in videos maybe you watch that give you some insight about what's going on. All of that is going to go a long way. So we are about to lock in real quickly. Let's do it. Fix this camera right here. Should be good now. Let's see. Oops. All right. 1 second. Making sure this is straight, guys, so we can get all of our clips. Yeah, I'm pretty excited about this week as well. It's a lot of interesting things going on. Okay. All right, let's get to it. So guys, first thing first, we're going to analyze gold and see what's going on. For those that's just now joining in, basically the game plan for tonight is to analyze our pair. That's first thing first. Second, we're going to watch some news and see exactly what's really happening in the world. Feel free to send in any link or video titles you guys have seen this week throughout the weekend that shared some insight about what's going on with this war right now. And from there, we'll have a better idea of what to do and how to better prepare ourselves, position ourselves to really take advantage of everything that's going on. And as always, I hope everything works out, and prayers out to everyone that is affected. So let's get into it. Right now we are looking at gold. So with gold, last week we had gold going on an uptrend. It started very early. Now I'm going to remove all of my drawings here, okay, and we're going to go ahead and just bring this down a bit as well. We just need a little bit more space to analyze our chart. This is looking good. We are in a nice bullish momentum, very nicely done. On the H4 time frame, this bullish momentum actually just started. Last week we spent a good amount of time talking about how you are able to find entries and exits using the Bollinger Band. Very simple, very basic. Price going from one area to the next. That's just what price do. Okay, and then this week, I challenged you guys last week to do your best. Okay, those that are watching, those that are serious, do your best to deposit some money in the recommended brokers that I offer. All right, feel free to message me to get more insight on the brokers that I use. As you guys know, a lot of things are changing as well in the industry. You just always have to be a step ahead. And make sure to just put some money in a broker. Try it out, right? Take trades from key zone areas on the Bollinger Band. And from there, see how it works out for you throughout the week. I'll be dropping some content this week to show you guys more in depth, in short form, what I was explaining throughout last week. Hopefully that could help you guys go to the next level. But trading could be very, how should I say this? Trading could be very difficult. In other words, just the basic terms. But at the same time, it's very doable for anyone that has no knowledge about trading to really become successful in trading. The hard part about trading is really managing yourself as your own boss, your own CEO, because in trading it's you versus the market. So it really shows you a lot about yourself. We'll get some more time to go on that in details. But for this week, make sure to put money in your account. Let's get to it and use the Jackpot strategy here, the one I share with you guys, to grow your $100 account soon. Depending on how many people that are actually actively doing this, may start a challenge next week and give you guys a free ebook with a blueprint on how to grow $100 to a huge amount. So with that being said, guys, right now on gold, we came from a middle Bollinger Band on the H4. We had a top Bollinger Band. Again, I'm breaking these things down in a very basic, simple way, right? Even with the Jackpot strategy I'm showing you guys, I hid a lot of other confirmations within the strategy to give you guys a clean look, to give you something that's easy on the eye for the average person that don't know nothing about trading to not get carried away or get scared because there's so much going on in the chart. Because I remember when I started, the first time I ever seen the chart and I just looked at the candles on just the default mode and I was like, damn, I'm probably never gonna be able to do this. This is not for me. But realistically, I was just intimidated because of the way the chart looked. It just really looked intimidating. But when you have information, you have knowledge, of course, it becomes easier. And this is why I do these streams and I do these reels, to kind of show you guys the ropes and show you guys exactly how to do based on my personal experience. And I'm still growing in my journey. And as I grow, you guys get to watch that as well. And hopefully I could leave an impact on those that are actually rocking with the Jackpot strategy and really changing their lives. So with that being said, again, gold on uptrend on the higher time frame. This is how it looks. So this is what I personally do. Again, this is the Jackpot strategy on a basic level. What I personally do is I look for key zones. All right, and key zones, this is another topic that we're going to really cover this week, a little bit more in depth. What are key zones? So from the Jackpot strategy, key zones are not just these key zones that I have here. Let me just show you guys how that would look. So I would just check the JP Sniper here inside the Jackpot strategy, and where it marks key zone is where I have a true strong key zone in the market. This is a very, very important area where you will see it marks key zone. Now, throughout the week, prices going to leave those two areas, which is, I call them key entry zone, because that's exactly where you should be entering in the market. So price is going to go by the end of the week all the way down. Let me pull up Zoom so I could draw on my screen, better show you guys better perspective of everything. Okay, let's go ahead and start. Okay, now I'm about to share my screen. Okay, perfect. So here's what happened with the key zones, okay? Key zones just represented as a true support or resistance zone throughout the week. By the end of the week, price is either going to go fully, completely past this major area here from the key zone, or fully go down for a sell past the key zone low. Okay, these are important areas. All right. Now, what I wanted to show you is those two lines. There are not the only key zones in the market. Now, based on the jackpot strategy, the reason I even added this exact key zone, because that's the only true support or resistance zone. That's the only true key zone in the market, true support and resistance zone in the market that will not move throughout the rest of the week. Every other key zone is going to repaint, meaning what is the next key zone besides those two that are inside the indicator? That would be Bollinger Band. So those that have the free version of Jackpot strategy, you went on and added the Bollinger Band on your chart. Now you are trading on your chart, following the game plan, buying at the bottom, going to the middle, to the top, to the top, to the middle, middle to the bottom. That's literally what the market do. Except, as you could see, we have key zones here. We have key zones here, just as the Bollinger Bands. But we also have key zone represented as 50 MA. We also have key zone represented as moving average from the Ichimoku cloud. Right? The reason I don't have the whole cloud itself is because I don't want too much to be on the screen. Now, based on key zones, gold right now is at a perfect entry for a buy area based on key zones. Okay, based on key zones. So right here is a good area for a buy, but it's still early in the week. We still need to see exactly what's going on. And lo and behold, price is fully buying exactly from middle Bollinger Band. Now, here's something that I'm going to give you guys to really take in as you go throughout the week. As you trade and you are following the Bollinger Band, bottom to the middle, middle to the top, notice this. When price doesn't fully reach that area and it goes in reverse, a lot of times that's just a break and retest. Meaning it broke out for the sell, is giving you a retest opportunity to take a sell entry to go fully test this area here. Because here's what's going to happen if it does this. What's going to happen is price, okay, price is just going to go and fully break this area, give another entry here, retest key zone low to go next destination, bottom Bollinger Band here as a TP1. All right, that's what it's looking like it's doing. Now here's how that would happen. Let's say gold is on a long-term sell, which I don't think is going to be on a long-term sell based on what's going on right now. If gold is on a long-term sell, then the next destination would be 5-minute bottom Bollinger Band, and then the next destination would be down here, which is already given to you. All right. So now, for me, I'm not going to predict anything. I'm not going to even really pull the trigger tonight unless the move is clear. And right now, the move is looking like a sell, to be honest. And let me see, what time is it? 9:19. Let's see how price react here. So here's what I do next. After I see price is giving me the opportunity, then I can start looking for my trade. But before we do anything, we do definitely need to go ahead and start analyzing from the higher time frame. But before I do, because right now, exactly right now, price is at a daily entry, I'm going to go ahead and add a zone here. Just so I know, okay, this is where the daily is at. I need to see what's going on. You see what I'm saying? So that's daily. So this zone right here I'm creating is going to be very valuable for me throughout the whole day going into tomorrow as well. Okay, so we're going to just put it a little bit longer because we're going to go through this one for a little bit faster. It's really looking bearish, guys. It's really looking bearish right now, exactly from that daily line. Okay, let's go ahead and do this. I knew it. All right, here it is. All right, we do a quick downtrend. This is an easy, quick setup. We're still gonna analyze our chart, but this is a quick little setup for a sell, and it's dropping fast because it wanna go fully test that area right here, 5-minute bottom Bollinger Band. All right, so let's see. This is a good entry. It's right at the daily. What would stop loss be? I'm not gonna take this right now on my live just now, but I'll definitely take this on the top step for sure. It's about 70 pips. Let's go ahead and pull the trigger on this quick, easy shit. MGC. I think my mouse is giving me issues here. It should have stood dead. Fuck it. I need to charge my freaking keyboard real quick. I want to take this trade on my phone. It's dropping fast. It's going for that 5-minute bottom Bollinger Band. Right here at TP. So that was a break and that was a retest. There goes the pullback. Yep, there it is right there. That's the entry right there. Let's see. As long as it stays underneath it. Hold on. And the only reason I'm like on this right now trying to get a trade on it is because it is at daily entry, guys. You feel me? Like whenever price is at that area, either you should be doing a pending order or a manually entry. That's how we get our entries, based on that daily entry line, because that one line gives us a whole setup, a whole position for the rest of the day. All right, that's one of the things I love about the strategy, is because it really shows you what's going on. So here we'll be able to see what's going on. So let's go ahead and continue marking up this chart. In the meantime, let me go ahead and charge my keyboard because I am going to need it in a little bit. 1 second, gangs. All right. I'll be right back. right, I'm back. I'm back. We locked in. Yeah, man. So that gold, I think it's gonna make a move, bro. Like, based on what we know, based on Jackpot strategy, at daily entry, that's where we make a move. That's just what it is. So yeah, daily entry right here is a good entry. And the reason not why I think the sell is valid because price was playing above it at first. It went and did a break and then a retest gave the entry. And then it did a second round of break and retest give the entry. Now it's the third round of that major move right there. So I think it's gonna keep dropping. Alright, so let me go ahead and see how far it's going to drop. So for this to really break, right? And soon I'm going to send a signal to the team because my schedule is a little bit different now. I'm going to wake up later on around like London session just to see where the market is at. And if it's around the daily entry still, I'll definitely send a signal or send a pending order right now, depending on how much it's breaking. If it breaks this middle, I'm sending the pending order. Send a pending order now and then let you guys know to manually enter. This is a nice drop. Starting to. Yeah, I'm starting to get locked in as well, man, on the signals, guys. Those that are not in that signal group, in that mentorship group, you're missing out for sure. All right, so here it is. I got my daily entry areas. All right, I'm going to name this real quick. This is going to be called, I don't have my keyboard, damn it. It's all right. Keyboard is charging right now, chat. All right, so let's continue. I'm going to remove this little trend line here because I don't want it to make my analysis look a little crazy. All right, here we go. I like to start off on the weekly. And what I like to do on the weekly is create a bigger zone for the weekly. Because once I find that zone and prices start to break out of these zones, now I have a better idea of what's actually going on. So I'm going to go ahead and put my zone right now. And then soon we're gonna get to watching this news, man, to see what's really going on. All right, this is my weekly zone. So here's how I'm doing this zone. Based on the time that I'm doing it right now, if I did it earlier, it'd probably be different. But based on the time I'm doing it right now, I'm going to have it here. And this box is more than enough. Meaning, as for this week, right, price is going to do two things. You have to break down the market to the simplest form. All market is going to do is buy or sell. That's it. So it's just that we don't know when exactly it's going to do it, so it's a little hard. But either way, every week market is gonna go more for bullish moves or more for sales moves. All you need to do is figure out where it's going to go, and of course the Bollinger Band help with that. All you need to do is figure out where it's going to go and then find a way to execute on that direction. So if it goes above this area here, I know we are bullish buys. If it goes below this area here for this week, I know we are bearish sells for this week. Reason why it's for this week is because I'm putting that zone based on the weekly time frame. exactly at the weekly candle itself. All right. So now we go to the daily to see exactly what's going on. So on the daily, we still could see the same zone. If matter of fact, if I go to the lower time frame, I should still be able to see my daily zone that I did here inside of it, which is right here. So that's a good start right now. Yeah, man. So right now, Iran and Israel is going at it. It's interesting to see. It feels like I'm in a freaking movie right now, guys. This shit is crazy. But yeah, let's see how it's going to affect the market and affect us, man. I just hope everyone that I just don't want the whole situation to happen, but that's out of my control. And yeah, we'll see. It's in God's hand at this point. It's always been in God's hands. But yeah, those tweets are crazy for sure. It's like I said, we in a freaking movie or some freaking cartoon type shit. Like, since when did countries actually tweet online about actual real shit too? So yeah, it's gonna be crazy, guys. It's gonna be crazy. Let's just do our best to prepare. And shout out to you guys, for showing up, because that's part of preparing. At least know what's going on. If and based on everything that's going on right now, guys, best thing you could do is just fill up your mind with knowledge and information on how to survive, make money, especially online, and then learn about the situation of how it could potentially affect in the next 3 to 6 months to a year from now. That's what I'm doing, right? And that's what I recommend you guys do too. But either way, it's in God's hand. Let's hope for the best. All right, so I already did my weekly. All right, it's right there. And now I'm on the daily. Okay. Now, if you notice, okay, if you notice, we have a huge zone. All right, the tip of that zone was that wick right there. This is huge zone. We may go there this week. Okay, and the low of this zone is right here. Now, right as of right now, these two areas is almost irrelevant as of right now, because price is nowhere near that. But it's good to know that, all right? These are two major wicks. It's good to see that right now. All right, so that's the high and that's the low. And we've been buying, selling, buying, selling, buying, selling. Basically, we are in a consolidation within this zone. I feel like in a few weeks or months, we're going to break out of that zone. And once we break out of that zone, it's going to be either a long-term buy or a long-term sell, just going on a long-term move, kind of like these candles you see, because there's going to be a breakout. So we're going to ignore that for now because we don't need it, like I said. So now we're going to start looking for our trend lines and also looking for market patterns. These are different things that you need in your arsenal to be able to go to the next level and know what's going on. So we go to the H4 time frame. All right, look what we at on the H4 time frame. Okay, we are at a top Bollinger Band, which is now a support zone. But if price happens to fully go below this area, we're going to go down for a sell long term. On the H1 time frame, this is how it looks. Okay, now one thing that I'm finding very similar on the H4 and on the H1, based on top Bollinger Band, I am seeing an uptrend line happening here. Now, I don't even need to go ahead and do a big trend line overall. I'm just doing the trend line for present moment. What's going on right now? What I see right now. So we have a huge uptrend line right here. We're just going to add that there. And again, the way I'm breaking this down is the most simplest, basic way that I could think of doing it. There's a lot of ways to trade. Every strategy works. It's just execution. This right here is very simple, easy to do. Anyone could do it. Anyone could read it if you learn. All right, so now I have my H1 time frame trend line, which is also a H4 trend line as well. And on the daily, it's gonna not look that good, but on the H1, it looks good. So here's what I expect this week. Either price is going to go ahead and break through the trend line and keep going down for a sell, or break above the weekly zone and keep going up for a buy. That's what we need to look for before we could fully have a strong, complete bias of this is where price is going. And that's why it's early in the week, and I'm hesitant to send a signal to the team. I could easily send a pending order for gold because it's around daily entry. But that trade is not really the best probability trade for me because the market just opened. It haven't had the chance to really give me a bias of which direction it fully could go. Keep in mind, market could react any way it can here because we are literally in the middle of a war right now, guys. So it's going to be interesting to see. But right now, from what I could see, price is slowly making its way down towards this support zone, and soon once it breaks, then it's going to give us more entries around these moving averages here. So based on how this looking, I could tell it's going to at least try to go down for a sell to test this trend line here. Again, it's early on in the week. We know we are in the middle of a war. The market have not fully give us a bias, a complete bias yet of which direction is really going to go for this week. And here's how you're going to be able to identify that throughout this week. What I did here, I added a weekly zone, which is represented as the box right here. Zoom in, reset chart, zoom in. Yep, this is my weekly zone. Okay, it's also shown on other time frame as well. So here's at my weekly zone. I could see the box. It's clear. And then from there, on the daily, we could see exactly where we at as well. Now, here's how you're going to identify the market bias fully for the week, okay? And it could change. All you need to see, okay, based on the weekly zone I just created, let's go ahead and zoom in a little bit. All you need to see this week, let's push it to the weekly, just so we could make it clear. All you need to see this week is, based on this zone, it looks kind of small, but it's actually a pretty big zone. This is how it looks. Okay, based on this zone that I create, this is the new weekly candle for the week. We just need to see price fully breaking highs, giving us entries here, or breaking lows, giving us entries here. This is how I will know the true bias of the market. Right now, the entry, the DE, the daily entry, is in the middle. So it could go either up or it could go down. It's 50-50. That's why I don't feel too comfortable to send like a nice alert right now. But sure, on a prop firm account, I'll risk a few hundreds just to see if it actually goes, because I have a lot more equity on the prop firm to do that. But realistically, the best moves to really get a big bag is always going to be every week. Wednesdays, Thursdays. Those 2 days, you can't go wrong, especially Thursdays. Fridays, you could get some good moves as well. But Wednesday, Thursday, especially Thursday, that's when you get those nice breakout for the week. So it's going to be interesting to see exactly how price is going to react based on this war. And I would not be surprised if it's not as volatile yet. I would be surprised if it's not as volatile yet, because what's happening right now, the aftermath is going to show later on. I'm talking about weeks, months later. That's when the real aftermath of what's going on right now is really going to hit. And by that time, based on what's going on right now, the war is going to be ongoing by the time the after effects start really to catch up. So it may just do a crazy move and start going crazy, very volatile, or it may really creep up on us. That's why I say I wouldn't be surprised if market is a bit slow for the next few days until probably towards the end of the week, going into the end of the month type. Just saying. So we'll see how it all play out when it's time. But two things that's gonna happen this week: price is fully gonna go up for a buy, or it's fully gonna go down for a sell based on this zone here. Very simple, very easy to understand. Your job this week, trading your account using the Jackpot strategy, using the Bollinger Band, is to take proper action, is to execute properly on what you believe is going to be happening. So based on this now, that means I know that price right now is at a daily entry. I know that it's trying to head down. I know that it's heading towards 5-minute bottom Bollinger Band and it could go lower. So for me, it feels safe to take a sell now. It feels safe to take a sell now. But is that going to be the best entry of the week? No. It could be. It could be. But to confirm that, you need to have more confirmation on the bias. Meaning price would have to go lower. So this is a perfect entry sell. I took this trade. But it'll have to go lower. Retest. Entry. That's what's going to happen here if it's going to go down. But we'll see. We'll see. Once I get the bias, then I'll send the signal. Now, I'm not done here analyzing my chart. So far, I found my zone on the higher time frame. Great. And I've also found my trend line. So now that we have our trend line, great. Let's go ahead and see how it looks on the 30. So meaning this week, if we get a sell, price is going to break through that trend line to go down. But it's not clear yet. All right, I could also do an uptrend. I could also do a trend line here as well, following the top Bollinger Band on the 30-minute time frame, just so I know that's going to be a confirmation for me when price breaks that area. But I really don't need to unless I really want to, because price, once it's ready, price is going to break through here regardless. It's going to break through here. So I'm just going to add that trend line there just so I could see a different perspective. But I don't need to do it. Okay? So let's go ahead and just mark it. Alright, boom. So when price reaches these areas, I'll know what to expect, like depending on if it's breaking or not. Again, I don't need to do this line. I just did it just so I could see what's going on as far as like what type of reversals we're gonna get. Because if price go up, break through this line, it's never coming back. Let me make it a little bit longer, because the way price is going to go about it is at any moment, okay, based on that line, right, I just did, at any moment, if price breaks through, let's say go down, retest, go up, 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 at any moment, price breaks through this line that I just put, and you see price staying above it like this, just expect a crazy, 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 crazy breakout. Because that would just completely confirm a long-term uptrend. But we'll get there. It's not there yet. So, looking at this, we're looking good here. Go ahead and clear drawings. Okay, boom. All right, now let's go ahead and break it down to the 15. Okay, this is it on the 15. So notice on the 15, the reason also why the sell is not fully valid is because we have a 50 MA that is all green bullish. So one thing about my strategies is not just a 50 MA. It actually comes color coded. So for bullish move is green, for bearish moves is red. So right now is all green bullish, even on the candles is all green bullish. So that means right now price is still looking to buy. Okay, it could fully retest this area, this zone, and give us an entry for the buy. But we'll see what happens soon. All right, now with that being said, all right, overall, if price end up selling on the 5-minute time frame, we are heading to take profit down here and then down here. So TP1, uno, dos. Just like that. That's what we would get overall. Now, here's the thing. Let's go ahead and clear this and just break it down back to the 1 minute. Just see in real time what it's doing. Let's see which Bollinger Band is on at the 1 minute time frame. So see at the 1 minute time frame, it's exactly at a bottom Bollinger Band. And that's why price is pushing up right now. All right? Because whenever price reach those areas, it's going to make a move. So that's for gold right now, my analysis overall. I'm going to lock it in. And if you notice here, I don't have any bias. I'm not saying price is going to go up. I'm not saying price is going to go down. When it's time, I'm going to get ready to react, whichever direction. Because guys, remember, again, we are in the middle of a war right now, guys. So this is no joke. This is real. We living this right now. This is what's going on. So we really gotta just be vigilant. And in a type of market like this, I don't have any bias until I see real clear confirmation of this. This is what's actually happening. Then I'll get ready to go for long-term swing trades. Because you guys see how confident I get when I do see a great setup for a swing trade. And that usually shows for me clear by Tuesday going into Wednesday. I usually start seeing it around that time. All right, let's see Nas right now. All right, let's lock our trade, lock our analysis here as well, like we said we wanted to do. Great. All right, so Nas 100. Ooh, this pair right here, sweet. I've only taken about, since I started sending signals in May, I probably only took about 2 losses or so or more on that. But yeah, probably just 2 losses. But overall, let's go ahead and break this down. So check this out, guys. Last week, right? Last week, look at this beautiful signal I called on Nas, man. This thing was so beautiful. It was the best entry. No drawdown on that entry. Exactly right there where I put that line. And the thing about this move is that you had to hold it to really take advantage of it. That's the type of move it was. Because the way it happened, it kind of creeped up on us. It creeped up on us and made the move right around, I forgot exactly what day it was, but it was as soon as market opened for that new daily open. And that's because the whole strike happened with Israel striking Iran. So we've seen the market did a nice big move, and that was the start of it. So this move right here, this signal was my best signal from last week for the sell, because like I said, the win ratio on this was high, and there was literally no drawdown on that move once it happened. Now, that one move right here just gave me a lot of information that I need to know. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to delete these previous entries that I did here for this signal. And I'm going to go ahead and just leave that trend line because I like it there. There's a reason why I had put it there since earlier. That's the middle Bollinger Band on the H1. As long price respect this area here, we going down for a sell long term. So let's look at it, right? Nas 100 right now. This is how it's looking. All right, so let's start on the weekly, just like the other one. Also, too, take a look at the stochastic as well, guys, to kind of know what's going on. Right now on NAS, stochastic is pretty high on the higher time frame. Okay, you see what's going on here on the stochastic? If this stochastic here on this time frame, monthly time frame, right? We're gonna get to rewatch this and break it down. If this stochastic goes up and down, goes through the blue, we going down for a long time. A very, very, very long time. That's how this works. So definitely keep an eye out on the stochastic too. Because like I said, it's pretty high right now on all time frames. So guys, I've been saying potential market crash. Be ready, because now we could really have a potential market crash. But just looking at this pair right here, I could tell it's gonna sell this week. That's just what it is. Now, let me go ahead again, break it down so everyone could be on the same page and understand. Let's go ahead and do our zone. And usually during this wars like this, guys, gold is usually the safe haven. And NAS, all these other things, the US market tanks. So Israel is allies with the US. So you definitely know it's going to affect the US market a lot. You really have to be on your toes this week, guys. This is no joke. Like, what's happening right now, guys, is probably never gonna happen again. This is a crazy history moment right now. We are living right now, experiencing. So, all right. Also, too, in my group, I noticed that NAS 100 had a crazy information on it. I sent it out in the group. So check this out, guys. You see on the weekly, you see this stochastic here? You see that move for the buy and how big this move went? Be on the lookout for something like this to happen here for a sell, which is going to confirm my information for NAS 100. And based on my prediction for this war, market could crash and NAS 100 is going to tank like crazy. So let's see what happens. It's going to be crazy. It's definitely going to be crazy. So on the weekly time frame, I just did my zone. Okay, now inside of my zone, all I need to see, okay, and if price don't sell, it's gonna go up for a long time. Top Bollinger Band, take profit. That's an easy game. That's an easy giveaway. And the only reason why it may not go up here is because it already reached it before. So that started a crazy sell. Now it's doing a retest to probably go of more major sells. Or it could try to head up there to break that resistance zone, and then it'll be a crazy, crazy, crazy profitable day in the market for stock investors, traders on Wall Street. All right, just like gold, guys, here's what to expect. NAS 100, either we're going to have breakout, right? We're going to do it just like this. Breakout to the high, continue going for a long-term move, or breakout to the low, continue going for long-term sells. Now, here's the thing. We don't know yet. We may have an idea. So right now, what's my bias since last week for now? My bias is that gold could potentially go down for a second. That's my bias. And now I need to see confirmation before I feel fully confident to send the signal to the team and also really take it on my live account and really run up a back. But we're going to wait to get that move. Now, the reason why I have this trend line here, because it matches the 50 MA and also middle Bollinger Band on the H1. So here's what is going to let me know that price is not going to keep going down for a sell. If I see, okay, simple stuff, and all you need to do is wait for it. Let the money come to you. If I see NAS 100 break through 50 MA, stay above this area, I'm just gonna keep buying NAS 100 if price goes above this area that I just did. 50 MA, H4 time frame, also a trend line I added there. If price stays underneath NAS 100 and cannot break it to go higher, then I'm expecting a major market crash. Sink. It's gonna drop crazy. So that's my overall bias as of right now. So let's go ahead and bring it down to the H1. Now, where is it on the H4 first? Let's figure out. On the H4, it's coming from, it's not really at a top Bollinger Band, and it's also not really in the middle Bollinger Band. It's just in the middle of those two. How do I know price is going to go up towards the top Bollinger Band for this week? We don't know that yet, but we will soon. Price would have to break trend line, break 50 MA to go TP here. How would I know if price is going to sell this week? We don't know that just yet, but once price break my moving average, which is from the Ichimoku Cloud moving average, then I know price is going to go to take profit here. Here's the thing though. If price, and this is the crazy part, you want to make sure you locked in and getting a trade this week. Make sure you deposit to the recommended broker, link in my bio, or contact me, DM me to make sure that you are set. So once this happened, right, let's say the sell bias is right and it happened. What's cool about this is that once we are in momentum, we're not going to get much retracement after that, because price is going to go down with a mission, and that mission is simple. It's going from top to the middle, TP1 swing trade, TP1 swing trade. And I love giving these potentials because as the week going and at the end of the week, we really get to see the whole thing happen in front of us. That's why I highly recommend you guys, like, put money in a broker account, all right? Once you put money in a broker account, then you'll be able to literally follow the blueprint. Buying from bottom Bollinger Band to the middle Bollinger Band to the top. Selling from the top Bollinger Band to the middle Bollinger Band to the bottom Bollinger Band. Sometimes it breaks the high or the lows. That means it's just going to go to the next higher time frame. It's that simple, guys. I'm telling you right now, it's that simple. All the other indicators within the Jackpot strategy is to give me more confidence when I'm actually in the trade. For example, half trend. If I put half trend, even if I have the Bollinger Band, it's going to tell me, based on the color of that moving average, and also 50 MA, it's going to tell me if price most likely is going to go down for the sell right now or go up for a buy. So let's go ahead and add a half trend real quick just so we could be able to see. Boom. I just added half trend. It's going to show up here. Let's go ahead and hide our analysis just for now. Okay, so here's half trend. You see half trend? That's this green moving average here. On this time frame, it's saying that it's not ready for a sell. It's not giving me a red color for me to sell, but it's giving me a resistance zone on the H1 time frame. Let's see the H1 time frame, which is also the middle Bollinger Band. Again, it's not giving me a sell signal. That's mean you're right, but you are not ready to sell just yet. It's giving me a resistance zone overall. It's not selling. It's not giving me the signal, but it's giving me a resistance zone. Let's see on the 30-minute time frame. That was a nice sell. You see? Top, middle to the bottom. Bottom to the top. Top to the bottom. That's how the market works. So best entry for this sell was right here in the middle Bollinger Band. Half trend on the 30-minute is red. That's good. Half trend on the 15-minute time frame is green. That's mean mixed signals, not ready yet. 5-minute time frame. Let's see. Saying buy, but higher time frame saying sell or get ready. So mixed signals, not ready yet. This is why we don't trade NAS right now. We could find an entry, But I know for sure more during New York session, we're gonna get our best entries. So we kind of wait for that. So you gotta be on your tippy toes. Overall, daily entries here saying to buy NAS as long as price stay above daily entry. To finish this analysis, now I know what to expect. I know information. And one of the reasons too I know this thing could sell. Look, let me show you something, guys. Let's just say, okay, let's just say, right? And I know this is the move. It's just gonna take some time to actually show, right? Let's just say this is the highest high. This is somewhat of an information, but let's just say it's a lower low, almost reached TP, just like we were seeing on the 5-minute time frame for gold earlier. Almost reached TP. Give us a break. This was the break. Give us a retest. Okay, here to and notice how this area is lower than this area. So if it stays lower, we have a high chance of selling. And let's just say price decided just go do like this for the first TP, a little pullback, re-entry opportunity. Second TP, a little pullback, re-entry opportunity. Market crash. TP1, middle Bollinger Band. TP1, middle Bollinger Band. Okay, TP2, market crash, swing trade. TP2 right here. Again, that's market crash, swing trade. So one TP1, and then 2. Imagine that. Imagine holding a trade from there. But forget about that. Just make money throughout this drop if the drop happened. If it's a buy that happened, make money. Because this will be a very, very long move, man. This is a beautiful setup. I've been watching it for a few days. Yeah, this is gonna tank. It just, like I said, 1, 2, 3, market crash. That's how this thing works, man. So now we kind of have our sell bias early for NAS. Again, let's go ahead and do our zones like we did before. We are right now on the weekly time frame. We already found it. Daily time frame. This is how it look. Again, strong resistance zone presence here on this time frame. Strong resistance zone presence. Even the half trend on the daily is giving us a resistance zone there. So that's crazy. Strong resistance zones presence right there as well. This is huge. And then on the H1, it's kind of right there around the 50 MA. You may get a buy retest here. Me personally, if price was chill here, give me a better entry tomorrow here, I would appreciate that more. So if I get an entry here for the sell, this is where I'm going to lock in on that sell when it's time. So that's just a little bias that I have. Again, this is not like an analysis where I'm saying I'm expecting price to go up or I'm expecting price to go down. No. I'm just setting up my traps, setting up what I need to see, setting up my plays, setting up my trend line, setting up my zones. So when moves are actually happening, based on what I've set up and based on what I need to see within what I set up, which is my zone, my trend line, then I could decide on what I'm going to do when it comes to actually taking a trade. All right, and that's pretty much it for NAS 100. We're gonna keep it right here, but just to make sure that I know this is a crazy resistance zone, I'm just gonna draw a box right here because that area as well is also representing the H4 half trend as well, which is crazy for entry if you catch that at that area, which is down there, you see. So the bottom of that box I just put together is that half trend on the daily time frame right there. So I'm gonna know as long as price stay below that area I just did, it has to go down. All right, and then that's pretty much it for Nas 100. Besides that, only thing I'm missing is an uptrend line, which I could put here on the H4 time frame. But I really don't need to, because the zone is going to tell me everything I need to know. Plus, based on Jackpot strategy, that moving average is a trend line. You see what I'm saying? So we just gotta wait and see exactly what happens and really take advantage. But this week is going to be very interesting. Be ready. All right, nice. So we pretty much covered our pairs. Let's go ahead and lock them in. Now let's go ahead and watch the news to see what's going on, man. Any clips you guys have seen that shed some light for you guys or anything like that? Let me know, man, because we are living in crazy times. Let me see if my keyboard is charged up now. It should be all charged up, ready to go. Alrighty. Yeah, man, exciting stuff, guys. Bro, I had to put my keyboard in front of that. Alright, guys, it did not even charge. So let me see if I could still try to do it while it's charging. Alright, hold on. It's not working. Hold on. Let me see how I could get a keyboard. Whatever I need to click on it and search it. Alright, desktop. Find keyboard. There it is. Keyboard, or let's see if we could pull up on the screen. Okay, what is keyboard navigation? Okay. I hope this works, chat. I don't know what I'm doing. If anyone knows, please help. Right, YouTube. That's not gonna work. Alright, let's see. Dang, man. My keyboard let me down right now. So my keyboard is dead, and I'm trying to see if I could pull up my a keyboard that'll on the screen, because I've seen that before. I just don't know if my MacBook could do it. It should be able to do it because that's where I've seen it. I just don't know how to do it without a keyboard. Alright. I'm gonna use a microphone. Press whatever I need to do, I gotta press something. Alright, let's try this, see if it works, man. Set up keyboard. Never mind, it's not gonna work. Okay. Let's see if it works now. It's not working. Well, tomorrow then. Tomorrow, I'll make sure the keyboard is charged up, and then we could go over some news. I'll gather some videos first. I'll gather some videos to see too, like to really share with you guys, give more insight of what's going on. So yeah, be ready, guys. There's a lot going on right now. Tomorrow we back. Today I only took a sell trade. I had put my stop loss at entry on the other account. Stop loss triggered at entry. I'm not doing nothing. But as of right now, gold is looking bullish because it's back above daily. You see that? Price is back above daily. So we're gonna be able to see if we get a retest here, we could potentially buy. Take that buy trade right there. So with that being said, guys, I'm gonna be up tonight trading, see what's going on in the market, guys. I'm locked in this week. With everything that's going on in the market, man, it's gonna require your focus if you wanna make some bread during everything that's happening. So I'm staying up, not necessarily staying up. I've changed my schedule to where I am going to get my rest, but also be alert when the London session is rolling in and be able to actually make some good profit. So with that being said, guys, that's pretty much it for today. I wish my keyboard wasn't dead so I could share these videos with you guys, but tomorrow we should have everything solid and ready to go. So yeah, team, that's all, man, for today. And yeah, I'll definitely talk to you guys soon, man. think someone trying to help here. Let's see what you said. Click on the icon on the menu bar with the command symbol. Show keyboard viewer. Alright, let's try that. Retest entry by a daily entry. So where was that? I was in settings. Click the menu bar. Menu bar. That would be Finder or this one. Command. Command. Oh, I think it's here. Okay, so let's try it. Settings, keyboards, everything is here. I just need to see how I could pull it up and make it show on my screen. I'm sure it could do that, I just don't know how to do it. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. You know, tomorrow we'll be back on at 8:30 p.m. Those that are in my group, if I see a good setup tonight, tomorrow morning, you already know I'm sending that over to you guys ASAP. So that's pretty much it for tonight, for real. All right, then, team. Talk to you guys, chat, another time. It was a pleasure. Lock in this week. Do what you need to do, and then from there, we'll get to work. And by the way, if you need a broker, I got one for you that's gonna give you 200% bonus on anything that you deposit. So you'll be able to have extra equity to trade with during this time. So that's all for today's session. I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace out.